Dave Chappelle recently sparked conversation about Oprah's absence last year and raised questions about connections within Hollywood. Leaked footage from Epstein's Island and past interviews with Ghislaine Maxwell have fueled ongoing speculation about what really happened to Epstein and how some public figures may be trying to distance themselves from the controversy.
I never said you were hospitalized. I did say that you had a stomach something. It was coming out of both sides, which it was.
I was in the emergency room I was so
dehydrated. You were dehydrated, yeah.
Like dry mouth, and I couldn't keep enough water down to get hydrated. So I went to the emergency room for that, and that's just it.
You can tell she's still a little. You're still a little weakish, it seems.
I'm not 100.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to 100.
There was something going around where you were.
I had 5 people in my...
Back in 2024, a partial release of court documents related to the Epstein case was ordered. This release marked one of the first times names connected to Epstein, including flight logs and leaked emails, became public. Around the same time, Oprah canceled her public appearances and stated that she was sick and hospitalized. Gayle King later shared on her show CBS Morning that Oprah Winfrey had been ill with the flu and hospitalized that week.
We're very happy to say joins us right now in studio. I'm so glad you are here. And I'm so sorry that Oprah can't. Yesterday she said, I'm going to rally. She had some kind of stomach flu where stuff was coming out of both ends. I won't get too graphic. But needless to say, she ended up in the hospital, dehydration, get an IV. So it was a very serious thing. So it had to be.
I hope she's okay. Yeah.
She will be okay. She will be okay. I hope she's not mad at me for sharing that detail.
Now, details have been circulating suggesting that this illness may have been an attempt to step away from the public spotlight, as discussions around the released files intensified. With newer releases of Epstein-related documents by the Department of Justice, more information has come into public view. Oprah's name has been mentioned multiple times in connection with Jeffrey Epstein, including references to flight logs. While appearing on such records does not prove any wrongdoing, it has raised questions and public curiosity about these associations. Reports also link her presence to various high-profile events and gatherings, adding to the ongoing speculation. When asked about these claims, Oprah responded that it hurts to hear negative things said about her, maintaining that she has lived an honorable life and has never intentionally harmed anyone.
Some of the crazy, crazy stuff that's written makes me so sad because I've lived such an honorable life. And I'm not trying to make myself look like Miss Goody Two-Shoes. But I really do, one of the things that Maya Angelou had said to me years ago is that I am obedient to the call. So I've done like you all have done. I mean, I can honestly say that I have never done anything to consciously cause harm to another person. I can't think of one thing that I would have done in this life. And I feel that from y'all too, some good people in here. And so to hear people say things that are just crazy, like I'm a part of a cabal and there's a whole conspiracy with children, that stuff makes me sad.
Keep in mind, this is the same person whose school faced serious challenges after allegations arose. In 2017, Oprah launched the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. A few years later, the school was hit by a scandal involving a staff member, which critics argued affected Oprah's carefully cultivated humanitarian image. Around the same time, reports of missing students also began to surface. Eventually, a female dorm matron was accused of physical and sexual abuse, with more than 15 students coming forward with complaints. Some students later questioned how much the school's leadership was aware, and multiple students alleged that Oprah had knowledge of the situation. As for Oprah's response to the situation, she reportedly stated that some of the girls were likely confused and could not be fully trusted. Additionally, according to certain online sources, she allegedly made comments that appeared to justify or downplay the seriousness of the abuse, suggesting that children might feel positive attention in such situations.
No, I have not wavered because I've had girls at my school who were sexually assaulted and abused, and I have never won a case. And the reason I have never won a case is because when you put a girl on the witness stand and she can't remember, was it Thursday or Wednesday, it's automatically discredited. And so when you're in the midst of trauma, something terrible things happening to you, you may not remember the exact time. It's why, like, if I hear a noise or something in my house, I like look at the time because they're going to ask what time was it? Oh my God, what time is it? So if you can't remember the day and the time and the da-da-da-da, everybody's like, well, okay.
I guess it never happened.
Guess it never happened. Oh, I said it was that hotel, but it was that hotel. Oh, it probably never happened. So I've been through that.
It feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. And when I first said this years ago, people were like, you're crazy because everybody wants to believe it's like salt and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being... And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good...
Oprah isn't the only Hollywood figure mentioned in these discussions. Others include Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, and R. Kelly. Whenever major files are released, the industry often tries to distance itself from the controversy. Dave Chappelle was one of the first high-profile voices to speak out, stating that many are forced to stay silent because of lucrative contracts they've signed. Chappelle revealed that he was offered $50 million but turned it down, believing the money would be used to control him. According to reports, Oprah even tried to publicly pressure him for declining. Avoiding those contracts, Chappelle has said, was the best decision he ever made. And comedian Cat Williams noted that the industry attempted to portray Chappelle as crazy for saying no.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out in front of me.
Okay. When you say you heard the stories, what do you mean? What stories?
I mean, you see before, look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, they're trying to kill me.
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time in their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
No.
No.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy, but it's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I felt like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put through stress.
Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. They called him Pilot Boy because he had 19 pilots in Hollywood, and everybody passed on him and said his show wasn't worth it. Then when he made $500 million, they said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid, so we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are going to say when they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you? And they said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy kid by the time you get home. He got on a flight in L.A., and by the time he got to Ohio...
As for Oprah, she is now facing increased scrutiny over her past associations. Her connections to some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry have come under the spotlight. Seal, a former guest on Oprah's show, spoke publicly about her relationship with Harvey Weinstein and shared photos showing Oprah interacting closely with him.
Oprah publicly supported victims of sexual assault. In the wake of numerous allegations against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme. Showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul, it reads, when you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution.
Give me love. Please welcome Seal!
The 54-year-old who's appeared on Oprah's show captioned his post, "Oh, I forgot, that's right, you'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses, my bad." While Weinstein maintains his innocence, Seal hasn't commented further, and Oprah has not responded.
This moment is a really powerful time for everybody to get woke.
Fans have come to her defense, pointing out Winfrey is a assault survivor. They also posted pics of Seal's ex, Heidi Klum, kissing Weinstein too.
Recently, a clip from an old episode of The Steve Harvey Show has gone viral. In it, a guest demonstrates an Oprah-endorsed anti-aging cream made from human foreskin-derived fibroblasts. This resurfaced footage has coincided with the 2026 releases of Epstein-related files. Some conspiracy theorists are claiming that celebrities use such products for longevity, linking the skincare industry's use of neonatal foreskin cells to alleged elite exploitation.
I'm going to put a little on your hand.
I'll do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made from growth hormones of human...
Look, the wrinkles has just disappeared. I can't even ball my hand up.
So it's made from human foreskin. I'm sorry, Steve.
You done sat up here and squirted somebody's private parts in my damn hand. What you laughing at?
I'm sorry.
This your last time on the show. This your last time. Not coming up in here.
This is the same product that Sandra Bullock mentioned on the Ellen DeGeneres show, where she discussed using a microneedling facial treatment that involves a serum derived from foreskin to maintain a youthful appearance. Concerns have also been raised about Peter J. Njord, a guest associated with Oprah, allegedly attempting to coerce women into providing biological material. Reports suggest that the use of stem cells and blood from other people, including minors, occurs more frequently in Hollywood than many realize.
Stem cell technology that Peter and I are investing in that's called SCNT, which takes the egg of a young, perfect woman specimen, takes the egg and takes out the nucleus and puts our DNA in the nucleus. They just go in and take it out.
It's painful, right?
Huh?
Is it painful?
Yeah, a little bit. And this is part of this genetic greatness that we don't see in any other race on the planet. These curvy, sexy black women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection, and we want some of that. So, girls, for $100, we will pay you for your egg.
No, you $100?
Monkey. You can get paid a lot more than that.
So how much do you want for it? Let's bid. I bid $500. You know, I'm prepared to outbid him anyway. Whatever I bid, he's going to outbid me.
I bought about $60,000 worth of eggs.
Yeah.
If you have a abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, and placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be.
The recently released emails from the Epstein files show Jeffrey Epstein was interested in genetic medicine. He paid a researcher at Massachusetts General Hospital for tests that could be used to help create stem cells. Investigators found a $2,000 invoice from 2014 for sequencing part of Epstein's genome. The doctor that he paid also provided an estimate for personalized longevity studies that would use gene editing. He told investigators Epstein was enrolled in the Personal Genome Project at Harvard University.
As for the source of these cells, Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico has been cited as a possible location for such operations. As investigations continue at the ranch with authorities searching for buried evidence, numerous victims have come forward alleging that they were drugged, subjected to the removal of biological material, and woke up near medical equipment, unsure of where they were or what had occurred.
Investigators are swarming Jeffrey Epstein's notorious New Mexico ranch after an email in the Epstein files claims 2 foreign girls were strangled to death during rough fetish sex. And Epstein ordered the bodies to be buried on the ranch. Like a lot of things in the Epstein files, that report is unconfirmed, but authorities are now searching the property, thousands of acres. The ranch has been a dark mystery for years, and people are finally talking.
As Cat Williams noted, Epstein appeared to act as a supplier for wealthy and influential individuals, which is reflected in the repeated appearances of elite names in his files. Observers of the recently released Department of Justice Epstein documents have noted that certain food-related terms, like pizza, ice cream, and grape soda, appear unusually often in emails and other records. Some online commentators have speculated that these terms could be used as coded language, but this interpretation has not been confirmed by law enforcement.
Everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to like to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed throughout history.
Right. I mean, if I was going to run some global power organization, I would try to co-opt every single leader, try to suck them in, offer support, bring them out to wherever the fuck I have my big meetings, fly everybody in private jets, talk about the climate crisis.
All organizations have to follow the same rules.
Yeah, that's wild.
Recruitment is an important facet of all. Like,
we have to get some young global leaders.
Well, understand this is the only reason that we can talk about these big Illuminati-like entities at this period of time. It's just because of time. Like, they aged out. Like, you can't get in new. So everybody got decrepit over there, and they can't exchange really through this period of history. And so that's how we ended up with the Bob Lazars and everything. Throughout history, you could really, it was much easier to get people to not tell nobody.
Right.
As part of your job. You know what I mean?
This is why some people question the FBI's statements that Epstein was acting alone and not connected to others. There are reportedly over 3 million files linking him to some of the most powerful people in the world, yet the official narrative suggests all others were completely uninvolved. Critics also point out that the FBI did not appear to interview many of these individuals. At the same time, Ghislaine Maxwell has stated that Epstein would never have committed suicide.
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
So you think he did not die by suicide, given all the things we just talked about?
I do not believe he died by suicide, no.
And do you believe that, do you have any speculation or view of who killed him?
No, I don't. I certainly never witnessed the president in any of, I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
After Epstein's Zorro Ranch, his private island, Little St. James, is once again under investigation. According to victim testimony, the island was so terrifying that she attempted to escape by swimming away. She stated, "I already had 2 prior escape attempts. There was one when I tried to swim off the island after I'd been raped 3 times and after Ghislaine had taken my food away. I was prepared to die swimming and trying to escape from that island that night."
Officially, it is Little St. James, a speck of a Caribbean island that Jeffrey Epstein purchased in 1998 for just under $8 million. But over time, under Epstein, it took on other unofficial names, like Pedophile Island and Island of Sin, just to name a few. And while it hosted some of the world's most powerful and famous people, or maybe because of that, it was a lush, extravagant, and tropical mystery to the outside world. Until now. This week, Democrats in Congress released more than 70 photos and videos that were shot when the feds converged on Little St. James back in 2020, a year after Epstein died in custody. They photographed every room, every detail, every nook and cranny and closet and windowsill. And if you're expecting to see grotesque evidence of sex crimes, it ain't there. And if you're expecting to see luxurious showroom-styled finishings and culture and class, it ain't there either. The place is just kind of run down, neglected, and quite frankly, it's shabby and random. We can't say this for sure, that this is exactly how Epstein left everything, but there are clear indications that this is how he lived there. Devoid of taste, devoid of rich people refinement. Basically, he was a classless imposter, just junk everywhere. The main house, once a glittering multi-million-dollar mansion, is just sort of a chaotic mess. Boxes are stacked everywhere. Papers are kind of just scattered. Furniture is just shoved into corners and up against walls. Bookshelves are empty. Things look like they're kind of under construction, half done. Sort of like a college student abandoning a dorm for the summer. The bedrooms, where Epstein put up his A-list guests, are sparsely decorated. And everything is just kind of like white. No real decor. Certainly no taste. The tech, totally outdated. But it's there, folks. It's there. Cameras in multiple rooms. And a telephone. It's there, too, with some of Epstein's associates on speed dial. And you can read some of their names, but not all of them, because, see those black scratches? Those are redactions. Can only wonder who they are under there and why they're redacted.
At this point, the pattern is hard to ignore. The same names, the same circles, and the same silence every time new information surfaces. Whether it's contracts, connections, or fear, something seems to be keeping people from speaking out. And those who do often face consequences. What do you think? Is this all just coincidence? Or is there something bigger happening behind the scenes that we're only beginning to see? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more breakdowns like this, like the video, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates.